In this video, I'm going to be talking about the newer Camco sewer hose connectors. These things are pretty cool, so stay to the end to make sure you can see all the ones that I'm going to be sharing today. It's going to be 5 of them. Pretty darn sweet. Now, I'm Eric Stark. I'm the host of the Smart RVer podcast, so let's just jump right into this. Also, I would really appreciate it if you like this video and subscribe to our channel and share it with others. We really appreciate that. And also, if there's a RV maintenance, a do-it-yourself RV maintenance and repair video you'd like me to do, let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do about that. I will look at it and I will consider it. Now, first off, let's start with this guy. So this is part of the Camco Rhino sewer hose line. So this sucker's pretty darn heavy duty. Takes a regular sewer hose connector here. Doesn't matter what brand, Camco, Valterra, Thetford, whoever. They're all the same. What's cool about this is this guy will go right into the fitting at the ground at the RV park, right? Or if you have one at your house. That's your typical threaded fitting, fits right in there. Drops right in, stays in place. And then you'd hook up your sewer hose line. I've got a bad thumb today, so it's hard for me to twist these things together, so I'm going to do it. And if I get a funny look on my face, that's why. And I might fake it a little bit and not do all of them. Like this one, I'm just going to hold on there. So that's how that would work. Okay, so this is your typical RV setup here. And what's nice about this too is this fitting is going to go in any direction you want it to go in. In a lot of RV parks, this fitting that you screw into is lower than the level of the dirt. So sometimes you need something like this to be able to get your sewer hose in there correctly. Sometimes the 90-degree fittings will sit on the ground and not really go into here like it should. So this solves that problem. And thinking about some of the RV parks I go to, I can definitely use this one. Now, we also have this guy here. This is the locking one, made by Rhino. I forget what it's called. Flow View is what the clear is. But this one locks into the sewer hose connection at the RV park. So you take this guy, you can put your sewer hose on it first. After you put it in the ground, you put it into the fitting at the park and push down on the lever and bam, it's locked into place. That is so cool, right? Then to undo it, you just simply pull the lever up, pull it out. Now this isn't a genius idea here. Other companies do it. It's just more complex with other companies. It comes with sewer hose. It's more expensive. Looks like some big old industrial thing. Much more affordable, more compact, and you can use it with any sewer hose. So you don't have to buy a system or a kit. You can just buy the fitting and add it to what you already have for your sewer hose stuff. You might need both of these. Thinking about it, I could probably use both of these in my RV. Heck, why not, right? It's only money. We got tons of it, right? We're RVers, we're filthy rich. That's what everybody says, right? It's like owning a boat. All right, I digress a little bit there. Now, we got 2 fittings here, and these things swivel. So the fitting itself will turn, which is kind of cool, right? So like if you were to put this on here, you could actually turn this fitting and get it the exact angle you wanted it if you had to. Like I said, I'm having a hard time with my hands today, especially my thumb. So if you had this on your RV and you had it like that, but really you need the hose to go like so, you can do that because it'll just swivel. You can change the direction of it, right? Makes it pretty darn cool. Now it doesn't swivel real easy. You have to put some effort into it. And depending on your system, you might want to take it off of your valves and do it manually and put it back on so you're not putting as much strain on here. Depends on your RV. You know, you figure that out. So you got a 90-degree and you have a 45-degree. So both ends swivel on here, right? So that makes it real nice. Now this one's real tight, which is okay. It doesn't really matter. It's not like you need to spin this thing around in circles. You're not going like a spinner, right? But you can adjust it and get that right angle, whatever it might, that perfect angle, so your hose is flowing exactly how you want it. Like that might not be it. You might want it more like that, right? Or maybe more like this. You can do that. Now you might be saying, hey Eric, Sewer hoses have swivel connectors on them. That's right, they do. But that's not going to change the angle here, right? A sewer hose can't do that. The connector is what swivels. Sewer hoses, yes. Volterra, this is a Volterra hose. I just have this here because it works with Camco as well. The Camco hoses, they have swivel connections on them. The Rhino fittings, or the Rhino hoses do. All their sewer hoses do. The high-end one, the Rhino, they're good. They have the swivel connectors, but that's not the same as, or the swivel fitting is not the same as a swivel connector, okay? So I'm aware of that, and you're aware of that. So the connector is what the deal is here. Now here's another one. So this guy goes onto the valve of the RV. I mean, you could put it anywhere in the system if you wanted to. All right, so it's got a big handle on it, right? You can really crank that sucker on, put it on there. Makes it real easy to connect, real easy to take apart. What's so cool about this one though is, ta-da, it lights up. Check that out. If I do it quick enough, I might have a stroke, right? Seizure, something. All right. So what's so cool about that? So the light's kind of unique. You don't see that in this fitting, and the light, by the way, is sealed. And just so you know, it takes 3 AAA batteries. Typical little deal here. Now, you know, batteries, once you start using them, they tend to leak, even though they say they don't leak, but they do. So sometimes if you're not going to be using it for a while, just take it out of here. Take the batteries and set them aside so it doesn't leak and destroy everything in here, like flashlights always happens to and everything else. So that light comes on, boom. So now this guy here, if you turn on the light, it's dark out. It's, you know, the end of the day, early morning, you can't see that well. This light's going to help you to see how you're connecting, what's going on in there. Gives you some visual, right? So when you come up to it, you got like a little flashlight. And in fact, it is a flashlight. Not the most ideal one, but you could use it for some light around the park if you needed to. I mean, after you use it a few times, you might not want to like bring it in the RV and use it for a flashlight. But heck, look at that little mood lighting there, you know, sitting around the campfire. You couldn't see that, but a little mood lighting, right? Looks pretty nice, huh? Woohoo! Make it look like you're drinking out of it. Keep a new one on hand and put a seal on the bottom so you can just chug, right? Throw all the neighbors off, all your friends. What is he doing? He's drinking out of that nasty sewer hose fitting. All right, so this has a light in it, makes it pretty handy. And you know, you may or may not need it. It might not be a big deal. Maybe you wear a headlamp at night, but it is there if you decide you need something like that. And the handle itself makes it pretty easy too. Like with my messed up thumb right now, that makes it real easy to put it on there and take it off. All right, so that's it. So we had five fittings here. You got the lock in place in the ground. You got this super duper swivelly guy for all the weird little parks you come into or the sewer hose hookups. You got your swivel connectors and you got your lighted connector for the side of the RV at the valve. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you got something out of it. You learned a little bit about Camco sewer hose fittings or connectors, what's there, what's available. So check it out. These things are pretty darn cool. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.